So I don't know if you can hear this, but is a really good bass. Okay, this is UJAM Instruments. They have a whole awesome collection of instruments that I'm going to show you. Here is my collection. All these really great. There's beat machines, right? There's strings. That's really awesome to subsidize like a real string section to give it an added extra color. There's a virtual bass. There's virtual drummers and virtual guitars. I don't know if you can see. I'm pointing to these here. You can barely see it, I bet. But that doesn't matter. We're going to go through. You'll see the big picture here. So, okay, so this is a bass, dandy bass. Well, I'm guessing this is kind of like a. Hopefully, you all can hear that. Let me see here. Hopefully, I won't get any. I love this with the if I use the modulation wheel, I can damp the strings. And then we have a choice of pickups, right? So I can get the neck of the bass guitar. This sounds like a kind of like a precision bass or jazz bass. And then I can go the bridge. The bridge is kind of a deeper, or I can mix the two together. I love the fact that down here there is a drop D, which I'll probably be using all the time. So we got, there's the E, right? If I go down to the D, I don't hear anything, but if I hit this, and there's these great tone adjusters down here. It's very intuitive. I love this. And by the way, you guys, you get a 15%. I'm going to write this down on something. Watch this. Hold on a second. You contact me and you'll get a 15% discount on any of their plugins. They have all time. I have like about 20 of their plugins. I think there's a couple of new ones they came out with. So look at that. You get 15% off. You just contact me and you get a discount. You get the professional discount from me. I'll give you a discount code. It'll probably be good for all of February. So it'll be like my Valentine gift to you. Okay, so if you see this here, see this thing? It says character. Let me see. Let me get you guys a little closer here. I promise I'm going to get this figured out. And we're going to have a really neat thing, but I just haven't done the homework yet. So sorry. And I wish I could interact with you guys. So, okay. So I have all this, like I said, this is like a, what do you call it, bass? Like a jazz precision or something. It's just a standard bass. And I have these great color adjustments down here. There's like this octaver. So it kind of adds a sub bass octave below. And then we have here is, I like this deep 808. That is so cool. Now you have you have all these different colors you can add to the low end. Okay. Right now it's set on deep 808. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but just adds another richness. It's so user friendly. Let's add gritty here. There you go. So I mean, if I was gonna do a setup, I'd say, oh man, let me put this different right amplifier stuff. I would do a pass. If I was doing this in MIDI, I would do this a pass with just direct with just like the pure sound of the electric guitar, and then I would do a pass with this really cool setup I just came up with. You can play solos on this. And matter of fact, I'm going to save this right now. Save as preset name. I'm going to call this. Let me see. What can I reach here? JM Bass 1. That's going to be my new patch. That's my new preset. So I can just zap and get that particular sound back on the back on board. But that's really cool. So let's explore some of this. Really okay. Spring reverb, and then you can adjust the amount that you want. This would be good for solos, huh? I like modal music. If you haven't figured that out yet. That is so dang cool. Now you're probably thinking I've discovered this for the first time. I haven't gone through all these presets yet. I've just gone through some of them, and so I'm kind of winging it. We have a jet plane here. That's really awesome flanging, and there's bouncing around in the stereo field as well. Now there's my friend Daniel. He's done. If you go to the UJAM YouTube page, he does a walkthrough on these. That's from the standpoint of a developer, which is really cool. Now you're getting it from a standpoint of someone who just consumes the product, who uses the product. So we've got. I love this over here. We have a drive. I don't know if you all can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. So that'll be like maybe turning up a distortion pedal. We can control the compression down here. We can control the EQ. Let's go back to let's go our regular sound. Now see down here the EQ. I love the EQ is really simple because what you're looking for, you're just looking for a great sound. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for a sound. I'm not going to get into like, oh, let me kick it up at 300. Let me scoop out a little bit of 500 and maybe do a trim down at 80 hertz or something like that. You don't have to worry about that. You just like it gives you deep, natural, and presence. Okay, so if I want it deep, obviously, right, it cuts out all the high frequencies, and if you go natural, that's like basic, and then presence. You get to hear a lot of the higher frequencies mixed in because sometimes you want your bass to have a little bit of. I know it sounds funny to say this, but sometimes you want your bass to have a little bit of treble. Does that make sense? I mean, you just don't want it to be all flubby sounding. Sometimes you need a little bit of definition. I love these character things here. I think that might be maybe playing at different parts on the fingerboard, and you can play around with that. And then it has the amplifiers. You have a direct. See, this is what I would do. I would use a direct. Yeah, that's definitely direct sound. It's like you're coming right out of the bass guitar and you're going right into the soundboard to record, right? And then you would do a pass with this little preset that I just made here. Let me see if that will come up. User hip hop jam bass. And my jam bass isn't playing. What did I probably didn't save it properly. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. Okay, let's go back to, so anyways, so this would be the plane, and then I do a pass turning on a bunch of really cool, like this grit thing. I love this grit. I played on, yeah, it's really nasty sounding with maybe a little bit less of this. So I have a combination of those two on the track when I'm mixing. All right, I'm going to go to a different instrument now. Here we go. High Spanish God-ish. What's up? Well, I'm previewing UJAM instruments. Let me see. Go to my collection here of UJAM instruments. let's go to a beat machine. Here we go. Now, in the kind of music I do, I don't usually use, right? I don't usually use grooves and stuff like that or loops. However, I would like to explore. Let me see breakdown. Let me see breakdown beats. See, like that. There's a voice in there too. That's awesome. So you can also obviously take out the voice. I love that. So I would take something like this. I would probably do something to it. You know, I would probably put it through like a synthesizer sequencer to really change it up a bit. Because I just do, you know, I don't do dance music, you know, but I still like see that kick drum there. I would mess. Now I'm not, I'm not super proficient on this yet, but I can see that it's just so. You have your volume here. Hold on, just can everyone see? Can everyone see? You have your volume. That's so easy. But look at this ambience. Now check that out. See down here, ambience. Okay, I'm gonna put that ambience because I like I like these very thuddy kicks. They come in really handy if you're gonna just set up a pulse under a track. You know, you just set up some suspense. You know, kind of like a heartbeat. There's the ambience. See, I just put the ambience, and I can pick. That's a small room, right? So it's giving you an acoustic space. Punchy room, big room, and that goes for the all the other instruments. So you can get something really dreamy. Those are decent tones. You can play around with that. Of course, in dance music, it gets really super dry. You know, you don't want to. I love that. Okay, we're going to explore some more, more of these great instruments. Okay, Eden, Vice. Let me see here. Let me go to a Hustle. It's up here. You can't see it, but this is an instrument called Hustle, and I love the way these things just like pop right on. They're just ready to go. Okay. That's neat. They have a whole set, a library of effects that are really great. Now you got to understand, coming from being not a DJ or a dance, you know, someone who writes pop music or dance music, there are certain sounds in here that are so useful. Like that is a really cool like sizzle cymbal. You know, it's good for like one hit. You can't really. Oh, you can. You can get some nice sounds out of it. See, the percussion stuff here is really good. See, automatically, this is like suspense. And it's good. And it has all the effects and everything you want to use to adjust your instrument, adjust your sounds is consistent throughout all the patches. In other words, you're not going to call up another instrument within the drum beat, within the drum machines, and come up with like a completely different configuration. I mean, there might be slight variations, but you'll have some really good consistency with your effects. I love the saturation down here. See, it's right down here, saturation. I'm going to. This maximize right here, I think it's kind of like a compressor. And then we got our ambience. Let me see. All right, and let me see. I'm gonna go now. Did I mention that we get? I can offer you guys a 15% discount if you wish. I love this Void. Let me see if I remember correctly. Void. Yeah, this is more like sound effect type. You know, more dreamy. You guys would know the style of dance music that this would be. Be quite honest with you, I couldn't tell you if it was trap. I couldn't tell you. I don't know the difference between trap and trance. All that I know is that when I do hear it, I like it. I love these. These grooves are so cool, and you can go in and change the like up here. You can, I don't know if you can see up here, but you can change the if you want to favor more the snare or the kick. Here's this Vortex thing. I don't even know what that does, but I'm going to check it out. So I bet you can run this live, when you're, and this will be an automation on your DAW. Let me see beat. That's cool. That is really cool. Okay, we're gonna go. Let's see. Let's get out of the drum world and go into the strings. This is like really awesome here. Think of this. Imagine this takes a little bit longer to load up because it's got more stuff in it. But imagine. Okay, imagine a drum machine, right? Where are we? Here, let me see if I can face you guys. I'll look at you for a little bit. How about that? I'm gonna go back right there and right here. So imagine like a drum machine, but it plays string instruments and not percussive. In other words, it's going to give you patterns and loops to play with, which is really cool. I'm not a big fan of using someone else's, I like to come up with something from scratch. However, I can use fragments of these little things you're going to hear and link them together. I do a lot of audio editing to create a new sounding sort of pattern. So here we go. We're going to go back, put you back over here. And let me see. There you go. This is called Strings. They have a really good trailer for this instrument. So, oh my goodness, I could spend hours on this alone. So you have the effects character. There's so many things you can change on here, and it's so intuitive. It's basically point and click and play. Goof around. Okay, this one will. So I love the effects characters you can play with. I just made it super dry. By the way, the developer on this is Boris Salchow. Really awesome. Now, see, finisher. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to play with it. Okay, I'm just going to be playing with it, guys. So here's the ambience or the reverb. So we have a medium stage right here. I like that. That's the dry one. That's as dry as it can get. And then we have So you have effects character here. That's really awesome. Now this motion effect, that's interesting. Okay, we just added a tremolo to this, which is really cool. Okay, auto pan, it's going from each left to right. This is interesting, this gains. It sounds like it randomly accentuates things. Oh, this is what I love. I love this type of stuff when they slice up the beat. So this is what I was talking about before, where you can like change whatever this loop is. Love that. Okay, we can add a lot to it. Okay, let's go to 16. Sorry, I'm kind of jamming out on it. Let me see. It goes up to 16. That's really awesome. Let's see. Add. So I don't know what this crossfade. That is really awesome. I'm sitting here playing this at your your time expense. Let me see here. What's this gated? Let me see. Filter gate. So as you can see, it kind of has like a lot of synthesis adjustments. Let me see radio. Yeah, there's really awesome, really awesome. Okay, we're gonna go to another thing here. Now this is virtual bass. I played you one already. It was called Dandy, and see what this one is more like. Royal. Let me see. Okay, these are obviously pads. So I'm going to switch it up here. See, this is like player, which means it gives you a bunch of loops to play with. So I'm going to go to instrument. So this is like very effecty. They have rock, soul, pop, and jazz. Okay, so we're in the standard rock effect. You know, probably something like like prog rock. I love this. You can play leads on this. And of course, I bet you can go down to just a regular. There you go. See? And here's the different amplifiers. So this is like a rock amp. And we're going to go to a soul. I love I don't know if you can hear that. You can kind of hear the strings kind of like smacking the pickups. That's really awesome. I love that. Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. And here's good old direct. And we can change the character here. Oh, okay, the bridge. Okay, I usually like to go between the bridge and we got to get that drop D. And again, we have all these really great. Now, there's a different set of effects on here from the other one, which is really cool. Old radio. See what that's like. And it does sound like old radio. It's like it's being filtered through a AM radio or something like that. that is so cool. See, I'm discovering this stuff with you guys here. Hello. Hello. I'm discovering this with you guys. You can hear a little bit of the noise switching from one string, the finger sliding on the metal string. If you can't tell, I'm into modal music. Love this sound. It's really cool because you can have a track that's like, just your your proper bass, the bass that's going to just lay the harmonic foundation with whatever pattern, and then you can do something with a little character. That is really awesome. It's very expressive. See, because that's what you want. You want expressiveness in your music. You want expression in your music, right? So let's put you guys back on here. I'm really having a lot of fun with this. I hope you are not being bored to pieces. Okay, this is I could be here all day playing with this stuff. Let's see, spring reverb. Oh, here it is, the gritty. Yeah, it's the same. They got some of the same stuff. Pump and crush. Let's play that. Let's see. Love that. That is really cool. I'm not trying to put it up too high because I don't want to get a feedback off of my mic. And this could be interesting solos. Okay, we're going to go to another instrument. Wait a minute, I just want to do one more thing. I saw something I wanted to check out. Raw to amp room. That is really awesome. Now you can hear it has a lot cut off. So I just took the EQ down here because it was too sibilant, and just add. This is almost like a baritone guitar, if you can imagine that. Okay. And you can play it like a keyboard, right? Okay, I'm getting carried away here. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna go to my collections. Where were you? Oh, here you are. Okay, that was the. Okay, now drums. We have virtual drummer, right? And we had beat machines right up here. I don't know if you can see that. Well, we had beat machines. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beat machines and 2 virtual drummers. I'm going to go for heavy. And this should be coming up now. And now the setup is a little different on this, which is really cool. Check this out. I love all the graphics of the different tom-toms. You can pick, I'm pretty sure okay, so here's where you adjust your level of your hi-hat and your kick and all that with the little thing down here. That is really cool. And I'm guessing there's different types of drum sets. Let me see. Let me just play a groove here. Oh, cool. And look at the side here. They have hi-fi, right? overall volume on this? Okay, I'm just going to turn up the volume on my. Oh, here it is, right here. That's cool. So raw. There you go. I love that. Okay, see what we can do. It says slam here. Right? Wow. Okay, and then drum kit. This is an open drum kit. Fat drum kit. I love that. That is really awesome. That kick drum, I love that. It's got the low end, but it has that beater on it. And I would probably change that up a little bit, on the isolated track, get a little bit of that kick out. I love the deep part. So here's a slam. There you go. There you go. Oh, that is awesome. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is really good. So you can control the overheads too. See the overheads right here? So flip. That's the overheads. That's just the drum kit on its own, right? There's no overheads or anything like that. And then here's the room. That is really cool. and then let me see, what's the adding the overheads, which are just the mics kind of like just above the drum kit. So that's the individual mics on the individual parts of the drum, and then, right, this adding in the overheads. And then this is really cool. This is like the room, like if you were in a big room, like a big studio, and you put like 1 or 2 microphones far away as possible. That might even be in a hallway next to the studio with the door open. So if you mix that, check this out. So I'm playing with it. I'm playing with this stuff down here. This is really awesome. And then that are really nice toms. Of course, and then we're going to take all the processing off and just listen to the jump. Right? See, that's what they sound like when you get them. Let me see here, hi-fi. Right? That's let me raise the. Wow, it's amazing how it's all that. That's just the raw, right? That's just the raw. Pretty much as raw as you're going to get it, right? And then you start adding in there's no processing done on the, and these are the different characteristics, right? So you can pick it, the different characteristics overall different characteristics right here to kind of get you started. But I would go open. That's like let me see here. Did I add something to that? I didn't know it. Reverb, turn it off. Okay, that's it, just dry. Then I start adding the room to it. Nice, very cool hi-hats. And then add the room to it. See, it's all those reflections that add to your it's not just slapping some reverb on the tom-tom track. You start building tracks. You build the track with everything shut off, right? With just raw, and then we'll play it here, right? It's just playing. But then you build up separate tracks that you'll blend in later of like the overheads, you know. Just trying to deal with the tom-toms themselves. Right? You have that, and then you add the room onto that. And then you can pick out a room, a bright drum room. That sounds cool. That's how your sound gets from here to here, is by using variety of different room presence and what's called reflections of a room where the sound is bouncing around. And of course, you write a great tom-tom part to on top of it, and that's how you get a great sound. It's as easy as that. You've got to concentrate on the music first. The idea and the concept of your music comes first. Don't write your music with the intention of what effects you're going to put on it. The soul of the music itself. The soul should be there. Okay, we're going to go to virtual drummer. Oh, there's a bunch of others. There's solid. We just got through using heavy, so we're going to go with solid. And let's see what we got here. Okay, this is like solid dance music. And as you can see, it has the same setup. You can go through these things. And by the way, did I reiterate, you have a 15% discount if you contact me and get a discount code password. All right, and let me see. There's one more instrument here, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Virtual guitars. Oh my gosh, I could spend a whole day on this. I'm going to go to Sparkle first, and if my memory serves me correctly, Sparkle is like a imagine a let me see this. Now the setup here is a little different, so I'm trying to find excuse me, because I have not as familiar with this as I should be, but you have different playing styles you got here. It's basically a clean Stratocaster, great for what's called pocket guitar. And let me see here. You do all kinds of things to set your what do you call it? You give it your own character to lay in with whatever track that you're working on. Virtual guitarist. I will go to iron. I wonder what that's iron is. What could iron be? I wonder. And okay, kids, do we need to go through it? I mean, there's like the different amps here. I love the middle one. That is really cool. Okay, you can turn on. There's there's some doubling going on here. See, there's a doubler here, which is really cool. So it's basically done a left and right with different guitar takes. And then here's one that's by itself. I don't know if you could hear that. That is really awesome. You can put delays on this one. Here. Hear that? Let's see. It's on 6. eighth notes now. Put it on quarter note. That is really a lot of fun. So see, so you bring these when you have some good music that you dreamed up, like melody and a kind of chord sequence, you bring these tools in. Thrust. I gotta mess with that. Here we go. That's nice. Of course, the drive is all the way up. Let me take this thrust down and the drive down. I love that. So basically, the drive is obviously you're sending it through, the brain of your amplifier, the head. And listen, you don't have to mess with a ton of knobs. You got one knob here. How cool is that? And then here you can change the character of the amp. Here we go. It's just nice and clean. I love this. See, I'm just goofing off around here now. And there's like tons of other patterns here. Okay, big accents. That's very 80s. Okay, that's going to wind up in the new Killer Clowns Magic OST. The new. That is really awesome. Very awesome. Let me change the. What do I got here? Look at these 30-second. It's amazing that the delay goes at 30 seconds. Oh, that's really tight. And here's it without doubling, without any delay. I would definitely do a track where it's just like that, and then kick it, make an effects track of like this one right here with the double. I'll get and get the what do you call it, signal, the direct signal out of there. That's really awesome. Okay, people, I think I've bored you to death, and so I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna share a few things with you guys. I'm gonna go. You see those really interesting things behind me? Um, see those things there that look like they're from a Mayan temple? Those are. I'm getting some more of those made. Those are diffusers. So. So that I don't have to. What I used to do is I used to pull this thing out and put it behind me when I would mix. Now I have those. I'm going to have a few more up there on the above the door on the wall that are being custom made for me. So, anyways, I can answer some of your questions now that I'm looking here. Saludos de Ecuador. Hello, Ecuador. And then here, Bryson Weddington. Who the heck is that? How you doing, man? All right. So, do you guys have any quick questions before we go? I had some words of wisdom for you. The next Music Monday I'm going to do for you. I'm going to talk about some of my biggest mistakes I have made in my music career. Because everyone talks about all the things that worked well. To tell you some of the early horror stories early on in my career, specifically with the Disney Channel, and they have to do with the opening of Epcot Studios. Of Epcot in Walt Disney World. And it's a very good lesson on being very familiar with the hierarchy of people who make decisions, right? Because when you're doing a creative collaboration with a group, and in this case, a company, there are many, many levels of approval. And usually there's someone close to the very top that's going to give you the final approval. So I will leave it at that. I could tell you about that rabbit hole that I went down. This is at the opening of Epcot Studios a long time ago, very early in my career. It was a wonderful opportunity, and I had just got my foot in the door at the Disney company, and I could tell you all the real um, beautiful and ugly things there are to learn about being in the music production business. Anyways, I'm gonna look here for a few seconds. I don't know how many people are here with me. It could be as many as 5. That's good. Hey, 5 people were in the room here. It'd be crowded. Um, but I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you at some point in the future, and probably next month. And in the meantime, I'm going to be working on Killer Clowns from Outer Space new synthwave, which is going to be a very, very different characteristic of sound. It's going to be very synth centric. Hey Shorty, how you doing? It's going to be very synth centric and focus on the magic. Focus on the magic, because as you know, music should be a magical experience. Okay, thank you, Alexi and Bryson and Corona Freezer and Amy and that creepy cool kid. And who do we got on the Instagram site? Nessie, Shorty, Rosalindas, and Killa, stay Killa. Hey, I'm doing fine, thank you. You can check out. I'm going to be posting this later on today, and I'm going to say goodbye for now. Take care, you guys. It's really great. I love all your feedback, and don't hesitate to send me any artwork or music or anything like that that interests you all. And take care. Big kiss. Mwah, mwah. I'm going to press end stream pretty good. Okay, here we go on excuse me, on YouTube first. Take care, YouTube. Bye. And then I hit end stream, but it didn't end. End stream. There you go. Your stream will stop immediately. You will no longer be able to go live. Okay, end.